So hello there, trailblazers. For today's podcast, we are going to tackle about school culture and its whereabouts. But before that, let's welcome our guest speakers who will share to us their knowledge so that they can help us to broaden our understanding about the school culture. So we have here Miss Jabian, Miss VILLASIN, Miss PAROHINOG, and Mr. BAHAY. So hello guys.
Hi.
So how are you?
Good.
So are you ready? Actually, I have here some questions for you to answer. So are you ready?
Yes, we are.
So the first question is, kinsay makashare ninyo dire kung unsa gyud ang school culture and its importance?
So, when we talk about school culture is one of the most complex and important concepts in education. It generally refers to the beliefs, practices, relationships, attitudes, and written and unwritten rules that shape the influence of every aspect and how a school functions. So that is school culture.
So as what she said, ang kuan gyud ang school culture is very kuan gyud siya important because it talks about kanang beliefs. Since kuan man siya culture, so beliefs or traditions within the school. So
The attitudes of
Yes.
this kuan.
School.
So now, kinsay maka-explain ninyo about sa kuan construct or culture as a social construct. So is it a social construct or a genetic construct? So why?
So school culture and culture is a social construct. It is not a genetic construct because when we talk about genetic construct manggod, it talks about heredity. It talks about genes. While ang social construct, it talks about the community, the attitudes, beliefs of the people in that community, the school.
So again, ang kuan gyud ay ang culture is not a kanang inherited nga or genetic
Yes.
nga or like liwat-liwat. So kuan mo siya kanang made by the society.
Yes.
So kanang kung usay lang tinuhuan, ma-adapt na nimo dili kay kung usay kanang kuan sa imong family, like usay ila ang stand, murag kanang murag imo ang ma-inherit sa imong kagalingon, dili siya inana. So kung murag adaptation lang siya kung usay like dagan sa usa ka environment.
Yes.
So now, I think kanang naay kanang two nga butang nga gina-compare, which is ang school culture and the school climate. So kinsa ninyo ang maka-differ? I-explain niyo sa amo kung unsay difference nila between the two.
Okay, so school culture and school climate are these two terms are actually frequently used interchangeably. So school climate is more relational because when we talk about school culture, it refers to the belief, traditions, the written and unwritten rules, including the dress code of the school, no, the attitude of the school. When we say school climate, it refers to the school's effect towards the
Or
students,
influence.
staff, teachers in the school, kanang kung unsa ang i-manifest ni school culture, unsa impact ni
So,
sa
mga
mga
school
students,
climate.
sa mga people involved anang nga school.
Okay, so they are very different. So again, ang school culture is the tradition, while ang school climate is
The
kanang
impact,
usay
effect.
impact or effect sa culture nga ginapamalakad sa eskwelahan.
Yes.
So now, kinsay maka-explain ninyo sa rule of school culture of the learning of the students?
Okay, so school culture is really matters, no? Research confirms the central role of the school success, no? So kung kinahanglan dahil nga ang school kay naadjud positive school culture gyud. So natay duha ka school culture, so either positive culture or negative culture. So what will happen kung toxic ang gina-implement?
Napakita.
Oh, yes, ang nga school. Di ba maapektuhan ang learning sa students? Dili lang sa mga students, kundi sa relationship between the school heads, the teachers, the
Yes.
parents, the community. So it is really important na ang ma-establish good na school culture is positive culture.
So kay kuan man since ang school culture man gud kay since di ba ginabalik-balik na to nga usa na siya ka beliefs, tradition
Yes.
nga pamamalakad sa usa ka eskwelahan. So kuan may gina siya kanang ang school culture is very influential. So
Yes.
as much as possible, the school must possess the positive school culture kay mao man na siya murag silbi ma-adapt pud sa mga estudyante. So dapat yun positive ang ginapakita sa school.
And also, anang nakuan siya dignity sa school.
Yes.
And aside from that, it also gives one impact to the students, especially to those positive
Right.
cultures.
Sakto gyud. So I think there are elements no sa kanang
Yes.
school culture. So kinsa ninyo ang maka state sa mga elements nga kan matawag ginato ni sila kanang very important sa school culture. So kinsa ninyo?
So we have 12 elements in positive school culture, no? First, we have the collegiality. So we say collegiality, the school atmosphere is friendly. You work in an atmosphere where responsibility and authority are shared by everyone. So it means that in school, no, especially in decision making,
Yes.
you dili lang kay ikaw lang isa
Yes.
ang magbuhat sa decision making. You have the colleagues, you have the nakay kauban nga in terms of decision making. Pag kuanan ninyo unsay maayo nga kuan.
Tabangan.
Yes, that's collegiality. So next we have the experimentation. So the atmosphere encourages experimentation and so will welcome mistakes as part of the learning process. So in positive culture, no, they have the experimentation because the experimentation, they welcome mistakes as part of the
Yes.
learning process, especially to those students. No one of us is perfect. Nobody of us are perfect. No, that's why we welcome or they welcome mistakes as part of the learning process for students. No,
Yes.
because students do reflect with their sa ilang mga mistakes, they do reflection towards their mistake para kung ano lang kung sa'yo maayong
To improve themselves.
yes, to
Yes.
improve themselves. So, especially in learning, we have the high expectation also. It has been said one's level of achievement is always lower than one level that aspiration. So, in schools, no, as a students or even in schools, no, if you have expectations, no, especially to the learning of students, no, you especially to or also to the students, if you want to achieve some achievements, no, then you have to set high expectation. You have to set expectation, no, kay dili man po ka wala mo kay ma-achieve kung wala po kay iset ng mga
Yes.
expectations sa mga kagalingon. Then
Solid dapat goals.
yes, then you have to set expectation, especially high expectation. So
Yes.
trust and confidence. Now, student, teachers, school heads, and parents relate well and work well when relationships are solidly built on trust and confidence. So, in schools, no, mas better yun ang school, mas better yun ang especially for learning of students or sa school improvements kung we have the trust and confidence. No?
Right.
Na pa nag-iusa ang atong ang stakeholders, those parents, and especially those teachers. So, we also have tangible support. Everyone in the school community gets concrete support for the good that they do. Support comes not just in word but in action. So in tangible support now, in terms of the learning solidification or the learning application of students, no, in implementing some um, task or even sa pagklase in discussion, no, it is important that we have the tangible support. Let's say for example, the projectors nga dapat na ang eskwelahan dapat
Yes.
they do have the projectors to which serves as support, no, for which is very effective.
Yes,
Yes, for learning process or progress of all students. And we also have the reaching out to the knowledge base. So teachers care to grow professionally to update themselves on content, knowledge, and pedagogy. So it means that as a teacher, you are the source, no? You are the source of knowledge to the students. Then you have to be more knowledgeable. No, you have to be more pedagogical, for the benefit or for the students to learn more also.
So, next one is the appreciation and recognition. Certainly, words of appreciation and recognition make classroom climate highly favorable. A reminder to teachers that you are not made less when you praise others. Instead, you become magnanimous. So don't be stingy with your sincere praise. So it is important to recognize the achievements of your
Yes.
students.
Right.
Kay it can um, boost their confidence in achieving di ba kay naman tay high expectation. So kailangan ma-reach to nila kay agi kay imo mas silang i-acknowledge.
Yes.
So you help them reach that goal
Yes.
as a teacher. So next one is caring, celebration, and humor. Kids don't care what you know until they know that you care. They don't listen to teacher when teacher doesn't care. So therein apart is same as appreciation and recognition. Kids all students also need caring because we do not know kung saang nahitabo silang balay din.
Right.
Pag-abot pa gyud sa school mismo, imo pa gyud
Agree.
silang i-down bitaw. They need encouragement para para mo continue silang mga dreams para ma-reach nila ilang goals.
Yes.
That is one of the positive school culture and the most important. And next is the involvement in decision making. So, involvement in decision making involving others who are concerned with decisions to be made enhances sense of ownership. So, dili lang ang mga stakeholders, ang parents, ang kinahanglan nimong i-reach out o imong i-involve sa decision making. You must also include the students itself kay sila mo ay first hand nga maapektuhan sa decision nga imong pagabuhaton as a
Yes.
teacher. So next is the protection of what is important. So what schools consider important must form part of their tradition and so must be protected by all means. So protection of what is important. So we are tackling about the positive school culture or the school culture itself. It is important to protect this school culture kay as we have said a while ago, it is our identity.
Right.
Identity of a school is this what we call the school culture. So it is important to protect it. So next is the traditions. A school must have an intentional culture-based program on shared values, beliefs, and behaviors. This strengthens sense of community. A truly positive school culture is not characterized simply by the presence of a set of norms and values that focus on schools' communities, attention, and what is important. So when we say about school culture, it also implies ang traditions.
Yes.
Ang traditions sa ana nga school, ana nga lugar nga nahimutangan sa school, ma-adapt po na sa school. For example, kung ang imong school is na butang sa let's say Muslim areas. So ang kasagara pod nga school culture is Muslim culture pod ang imo ang na-adapt kay naman ka nga area. So we must acknowledge that tradition.
Culture diversity.
Yes. So next and the last one is honest and open communication. No one gets ostracized for speaking up his mind. The atmosphere is such that everyone is encouraged to speak his mind without fear of being ostracized. So it is important to speak up because no one should be left behind.
Yes.
Honest and open communication. You must open up, speak up what you thought, what are your thoughts, your decisions kay kana nga imo ang ma-share is probably makahelp pag sa problem. So it is important to speak up.
Yes. So, you heard the 12 elements. So, all in all, atog yung makuano nga dapat, in order for the school to have a positive school culture, they must apply those elements kay
Yes.
those elements are very important and very effective, no, so that kanang ang mismo nga eskwelahan, they can possess the positivity or the positive school culture.
Right.
So now let's proceed to the last question, which is what are the shared norms of the teacher as well as the students? So kinsay makapan?
So in any educational setting, there are certain norms and expectations that both teachers and students are expected to adhere to. These norms are essential for creating a positive, productive learning environment where everyone feels respected, valued, and supported. While there are some differences in specific norms that apply to teachers and students, there are also many shared traits that are important for both groups.
So what are these norms?
So for teacher norms, the first one is the teach in different ways. Call students by their names, care about students' feelings, and understand their situation. So one of the most important shared traits between teachers and students is the need for clear communication.
Yes.
teachers must be able to communicate effectively with their students, both in terms of conveying information and in terms of setting and performance. Similarly, students must be able to communicate with their teachers, both to ask questions and to express their needs and concerns. So, effective communication requires active listening, empathy, and willingness to engage in dialogue. So, the next one is to help students understand, work at a reasonable pace, explain clearly, support different learning styles, expect the best, and re explain if necessary. So, another shared trait between teachers and students is the need for respect. Teachers must respect their students as individuals, recognizing their unique strengths, challenges, and perspective. Similarly, students must respect their teachers,
Yes.
recognizing their expertise, dedication, and commitment to their education. Respect also means treating others with kindness, compassion,
Yes.
and empathy, even when there are disagreements or conflicts. So, respect should be earned,
Yes.
not to demand.
Yes. Not forcible.
Yes. So, the next one is to attend school the majority of the time. Be respectful, give everyone what they need, use proper language, allow space if needed, use supportive words.
Yes.
So, a third short trait between teacher and students is the importance of accountability. Teachers must be accountable for their actions and decisions,
Yes.
including their teaching methods, grading policies, and interactions with students. Similarly, students must be accountable for their own learning, including their attendance, participation, and completion of assignments.
Yes.
Accountability also means taking responsibility for mistakes and working for improve oneself. So the next one is for student norm is to have a growth mindset. Believe you can improve. Fail toward, keep trying, speak positively about your abilities to learn. And the next one is to call the classmates by their names, be responsible for your work, have have materials ready, advocate for yourself, be a professional, and meet deadlines, participate, and be on time in class. So finally, both teachers and students shared a commitment to learning and growth. Teachers must be committed to ongoing professional development, staying up to date, and on the latest research and best practices in their field. Similarly, students must be committed to their own learning, seeking out new knowledge and skills, and taking advantage of opportunities for growth. This commitment to learning and growth requires a growth mindset, a willingness to take risks, and believe in one's own potential. So, the next one is be responsible for your work. Second, the next one is to listen to the teacher, to your classmates, to guests, to the directions, attend school the majority of the time. And the last one is be a good team player. So in conclusion, while there are some differences in the specific norms that apply to teachers and students, there are also many shared traits that are essential for creating a positive and productive learning environment. These shared traits include clear communication, respect, accountability, and a commitment to learning and growth. By working together to cultivate these traits, teachers and students can create a classroom culture that supports academic success, so personal growth, and lastly, the lifelong learning.
So all in all, school culture really matters.
Yes.
And school culture is very influential to each and everyone, especially the stakeholders, the school heads, as well as, and the most important is the
Students.
for the students. So, and also the school culture is made by everyone that kind of involved with sa eskwelahan, such as the stakeholders as well as the community. So, the school culture or the school must make the school culture positive because, as what I have said, school culture is very influential. So, that would be all. And I hope kanang nakalearn gid mo sa amo ang topic for this morning. Thank you.